Gansett Island Episode 2, Kevin and Chelsea, Gansett Island Series Book 18, written by Marie Force, narrated by Joan Delaware at Brickshop Audio, Inc. Chapter 1. The meeting had been called by his brother Mac. As Kevin McCarthy made his way to the abandoned property at the far side of town, he had no idea what Mac was up to this time, but he'd know soon enough. Mac was known for his big ideas and even bigger personality, thus the nickname Big Mac. They didn't call him that only because he had a son named Mac. Whatever he was up to now was sure to be interesting, and probably fun. Kevin walked past the ferry landing, bustling with activity on a late August afternoon. Even after the peak summer season had passed, the ferry landing remained the epicenter of Gansett Island. Everything they used on the island, from gas to water to beer to cash to milk to mail, arrived via the ferries that also brought scores of tourists to the island. They came in cars, on bikes, pushing strollers, toting beach bags and coolers. Though Kevin had visited his brother's family frequently through the years, he'd never given much thought to how island life functioned until he became a somewhat permanent resident and truly began to understand the essential role the ferries played. He'd come to the island a year ago to attend his niece Laura's wedding to Owen Lowry. At the urging of Mac and their other brother Frank, who'd moved to the island after retiring as a Superior Court judge, Kevin had decided to stay for a while. He hadn't left the island once in the last year, and that had been just what he'd needed after the sudden demise of his 31-year marriage. The three McCarthy brothers were back together for the first time since Frank left home, and no one was happier about that than Kevin. He'd had a lot to be happy about these days, which was a stark improvement over the condition he'd been in a year ago, right after Deb left him for a younger man, sending him reeling. The reek of dead fish hit him when he approached the pier, where the fishing boats brought fresh catch to the island. Despite the stench, he enjoyed watching the skill with which the fishermen filleted and deboned the fish before selling them to island restaurants. At first, he'd feared that island life would bore him, but with his sons Riley and Finn choosing to stay after the wedding, and surrounded by his boisterous extended family, Kevin was never bored. His son's decision to stay had surprised him, but with hindsight, he'd realized.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?